Hi everyone and welcome to episode 33 of the Apocalyptic Knitter podcast. This is a knitting podcast, sometimes with a bit of crochet, a little bit of budget talk occasionally. So if that's your thing, feel free to stick around. I'm coming to you from my little bunker in Leeds, where I live with my husband, my teenage son and our cat. So welcome. How's everybody been? Have you been keeping hunkered down from this storm that we just had Friday? I should say today's Saturday the 25th of January. It's been cold but really sunny and bright today, so I had quite a nice walk early this morning. I've got a fair bit to show you today. First of all, it's finished. So I've got 3 finished objects to share with you today. First one is this radiate, which I'm so pleased with. Absolutely love it. The first time I wore it, I hadn't blocked it on my sleeves and kind of got back there by the end of the day. So I gave it a really good block and stretched it. But no, I absolutely love it. So the pattern is called Radiate Sweater by Joji Locatelli, and the wool that I use is a DK pattern. It's a paid for pattern, so I don't want to go into too much detail. So I use, for the contrast, I think I used about 85 grams, and it was like a 5 20-gram fade set from Third Vault Yarns, which I really liked, and the main contrast colour was from Ripples Craft Yarns, and the colourway was Crushed Berry Smoothie. And I'd put this down I'd done the body for ages, and I knew that I just had the sleeves to do, and I just wasn't interested at all, and which is daft because it was so near to be done. But then I think just after New Year, I think once I got the Gansey out the way, I picked it up, and I think I'd done both sleeves within 10 days, just could not put it down. So it does go to show you, if you're not feeling something, just put it down, pick something else up. I'm clinging on to the Christmas vibes. I'm just like, January is just all I've wanted to do when get home, just get the pyjamas on, get my knitting on, and I've been calling it hibernation mode. But today's been nice. It's been really bright and sunny, and yeah, I needed to get up and out because I needed to go to the school uniform shop, and I wasn't sure if they were shut at lunchtime, so I thought, right, I'll go there first thing. And it got me up and about, so yeah, that was good. So that's my first one. And then I was saying, I don't know if I said it in my last episode, I felt like I was a little bit, that many things going on, like knitting wise, that I wanted to kind of, I think sometimes when I've got too many whips, too many projects, it kind of can paralyse me, because I don't know what to do, and then I don't do anything, and that doesn't help. So I thought, concentrate on getting the smaller ones finished, and then you'll have less items. And then, so yeah, so I feel a bit better. So this is my second finished object of the year. I just got the one sock blocker, so I have done a second one. So these are some socks from a friend, and this is on the Countess Blaze colourway Shit Tea and Tray Bake, which was released about, I want to say about 7 or 8 years ago. And it's like a really nice, gentle tea coloured base with lots of like flecks of sprinkles. So yeah, and so for this one I cast on 68 stitches, and I did toe up using the, I think it's called Judy's Magic Cast On. It's like when you do like a figure of 8, and then I just double increased every other row, knit straight, did the fish lips kiss heel, and then I just did some 2x2 ribs, which I think I did about either 15 or 17 rows. I did it a bit longer than I usually do, but no, happy with these. And these I did on, I tend to use 2.25mm needles. So these are going to get parcelled up to the recipient soon. It'll be Monday now, I think, because I've missed the post for today. And then I've also just changing these onto the sock blocker. There we go. So this is the second pair of socks. That's a really good reflection of the red, actually. Look at that. Absolutely love them. So the wool, oh, do you know what? I've tidied it up thinking like, oh no, I haven't. Bear with a second. So the ball band, so this is Regia, and it's Farb, which I don't know if that's the colourway, 01937, and it says Party 14416, and this has been in my stash, worked out for 11 years, so that was really good. I only had a 50-gram ball left, so I paired it with West Yorkshire Spinners, the Holly colourway, and I did the contrast heel and cuff as well. And for a change, I did 1x1 rib, because I don't know, I just wanted to see the difference between stretchy. This one, I don't know whether to block it, because you can see a bit of a ladder. And I might have mentioned in my last episode that I bought some needles from some Chiago needles, and I didn't realise that I must have picked like some kind of ergonomic ones that were straight, and then it kind of curved off. So I thought, when you're trying to do magic loop for a sock, I thought that's just, so I ended up just splitting it in half, and that just kind of left a bit of a ladder. So I might just give them a very quick block before I post them out. So these are going to go to my uncle, because he just completed a course, that's probably the right word, course of radiotherapy. So these were probably a little bit late. It would have been nice to give them as he was doing it, but you know, this is me, we're talking about, I'm always fashionably late. So yeah, these are going to go on the way to him. So I feel a bit more like I'm getting somewhere. I think I might have mentioned this on my last podcast as well. I've got a bit of a beamer bonnet this year. I want to make, I've got like a list. I did like a make 9 list of items that I want to get done for me, like garments that I've been in my list wanting to do. I want to finish off some blankets because we had the snow patch, and I thought this is the weather that we as knitters live for, snow. And did I have any hand knitted blankets? No, I did not. I've got about 5 or 6 on the go, but none that are completed. So I think this is my year that I just want to get them over the finish line. I've got some lovely, I want to kind of build up a bit of a wardrobe where I have about half a dozen sweaters that are like different colours, are made with some good fibre that will last good 10-20 years and just be a bit more sustainable with my fibre choice. And yeah, I'm not quite, I've got some patterns that I've marked for stuff that I've got in my stash. But yeah, I kind of want to do some more neutral palettes rather than just like the pinks and the purples. Try and get some more like greys and browns, and I was going to say like a sage green, but we all know how I feel about green, so it has to be the right green. So yeah, so I'm very rambly today. That's what happens when I have a good sleep. Lots of beans. Right, so we've done finished objects. What I might do is I might do my new cast-ons. So I've got 2. This one, technically I cast it on, it was a new cast on last time, but I'd only done like a row of it or something. And this is, sorry, living in my Bertie and Poppet bag. Love this bag, for London. So this is the gridline sweater, but you can't see. I'll put my hand there. So it's knit sideways, and you can see like the little slip pattern. So yeah, the gridline sweater by, I think it's called Suzanne Summer, and it's on a 4-ply, and it's absolutely, you probably can't see a huge amount of this. There you go, there's the jumper. It's a paid for pattern, so same again, I don't want to kind of go into too much detail, but I think it's really size inclusive, which I love. I think being like a taller, curvier woman, I feel like it's a really elegant and flattering fit. It's flexible. You can choose different lengths and different neck widths. So yeah, please check it out. It's a really nice pattern. It's on 4-ply, and as a reminder, I'm using, so squishy, look at that, it's just so beautiful. This is by The Wool Chemist, and it's called Shelob's Lair, and it's a really nice, it looks and feels as if it's like a merino single, but it's not. It's 75% superwash, 25% merino. I'm going to see if I can show you a picture of the pattern, because all you can see is just like a dark blob. Let's have a look. I'm hoping, there you go. Now that is, to me, is just absolutely stunning. And I think with the navy, it's going to be lovely. I think at the minute, I wasn't feeling it, and I didn't want to force myself working on something that I'm not quite enjoying, especially with January. You just need to do something that you want. And look what happened with the radiator sweater. I wasn't feeling it, and then when I did, finished. So let me put that in. But that was our little knitting group had a January cast on. I thought it was a January make along, and I thought that it had to be done by the end of January, until they said no, you just have to start it in January. So I was like, oh, thank God. So there's that. And because I finished those 2 socks, I had to put another pair on the needles. So I just literally cast these on this morning. These are for my friend, and she's picked this colourway, which is berry picking from Ducky Darlings, and it's just a really nice dusky rose pink with some flecks of like a burgundy and like a orangey brown, which is really nice. And I literally just cast it on there, so just done a few rows. And I'm doing this a bit different actually. Normally I do toe up, but my friend who I'm making these for, so she uses them for when she's walking in her walking boots. So I'm gonna do a heel flap and gusset heel to just make it a bit more hard wearing with the heel, and to do that I've got to do cuff down. So I'm just doing a 2x2 rib cuff, and yeah, and I've cast on for these, I'm making them a little tiny bit wider. I've cast on 72 stitches just to kind of give a bit of room for if she wants to fold over the boots, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little look, because I know you can do like a standard heel flap and gusset. I might check in my library because I might have already bought a pattern, but watching the Bakery Bears podcast, I know Kay Jones has done like she's done like a couple of different heels, and I want to try one just to kind of I think there's one where on the heel flap on the edging it's like got a garter, so I might give that a try with those. So this is going to be my new commute knitting, and that's in my little pink bag by the little grey girl. I think it's like a little firefly bag. So yep, I'm gonna cut that end off because that can be driving me bananas. So yeah, so I don't know, I feel like I could do with some cinema knitting, but I don't know what there is. There's not much on the cinema at the moment. Anyway, getting distracted. So there's my 2 new cast-ons. But most of my time and effort and love for this month has been going into my advent blanket. Itchy nose, sorry. Which I have to show you. In my little, it's living in my big wool mouse bag. And my friend gifted me this for my birthday. And it's a tag that says Advent, which I love, so thank you. I do like that. So a reminder, this is my, this is the anthology throw, and I'm using the Advent calendar by Ducky Darlings. That was 2023. And I am determined to get this finished this year and not just leave it. I've not put it on a bigger cable, I'm sorry. It'll just have to be droopy. So it's a circular blanket. Now the last episode, I think I was up to here, and I was quoting the lickable wallpaper, but it wasn't. It was so after the violet, so the purple, I've got like a little list here, what they are. The purple, let me see if I can stand that up. Can I stand that up? Probably, yes I can. So number 7 was Violet Beauregard. Number 8, which was this one here, is Candyman. And then we had a pale blue called Mike TV. And then the grey, I should say at this point that this is the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory themed, so you probably can guess that now. Number 10, the grey, is Augustus Gloop. And then there's a paler grey, which was Slugworth. And then we get a bit jazzy. So this one with the browns and the reds, a bit closer, is Wonka Bars. And then the purple is Blackcurrant Licorice. And then this one, the pink, is Veruca Salt. And then I've just started on this one, which is Lollipop. So after Lollipop, we've got Bubblegum, and then we've got Raspberry Sherbet, and then it goes on to Lickable Wallpaper, but I've not took that out of the box yet. So yeah, and I'm holding it, oh god, look at that, bit of a yawn bath. I'm holding it double with just some natural 4-ply. So I'm not gonna lie, the rows are getting very long now. Oh, hang on a minute, we've dropped a stitch, stand by. Right. So at the minute the rows are 576 stitches long, which takes about 20, I timed it myself last night because that's what I do, 22 minutes to do one round. So that's like where the epicenter is. So I think it's going to be quite big. So yeah, I've just been really enjoying it, to be honest. It's quite nice mindless knitting. So again, it's a paid for pattern, so I don't want to give too much away. But yeah, it's every so many rows you've got it's got a bit of a pattern row in it, and then but there's an awful lot of just plain knitting, which is just really, really nice. And you kind of feel like once you kind of get past that pattern row, then you've earned that nice stockinette. So yeah, to be honest with you, I think if I was just doing this all in one colour, I would be putting it down. But because it's like, how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get about 8 rows for each colour, and then you change it. It keeps you enough, like you think, oh, can I finish this one tonight? So what day am I up to? So I'm on to day 15 of 24. So I am over the halfway point, which is good. And then I've also, what I'm going to do for the border, because it kind of finishes with a like a more standalone design for the border, I'm going to do that. I've got 100 gram skein, and I can't make my mind up now if I'm going to hold that skein on its own, double, or get one more 100 gram natural and do it. But we will see. We will see. So that is living in there. Another thing that I've been doing to kind of get off the shelf or get off the books is I've been doing some darning. So my cousin, who I saw in October when we did a bit of a trip round Wales, she absolutely loves my socks, but wears them out, which is always nice because I do like it when they're used. And she said, please can you darn them? Because I darned them last time, and they're not the prettiest, do you know what I mean? It is quite visible mending. So that one there, and that one there. Because there's no worse feeling, is there, than having a hole in your sock? I mean, come on. So these tend to be, so those ones there. To be honest with you, I just used what I had to hand, and I used some of my radiator sweater scraps on there. So I did those 2 pairs, so they are ready to post back to her. And then I picked up another pair, and I said to her, look, I think they are past salvaging. The holes were really big, I'm not gonna lie. But she said, and I remember us, you see, I take note when people say little things, I take note. And she said, I just love the fabric of it. It just feels so soft. She said, they'd make quite nice gloves, wouldn't they? So I was all like, noted. So I wound off as much of the wool as I can. Now I think this is a dye candy one. It's got the dye, because dye candy's got like quite trademark speckles, if you know what I mean. So I weighed it, and there's 31 grams of these. So I might just do some, just little over the hands, and I might have to do a contrast cuff or something. But just be nice, or even just like wrist warmers, just something nice and soft around that part of your wrist. So I don't know when I'm going to cast those on, but I do have a free project bag now, so I might put them in that bag ready. And yep, that's it. I bought acquisitions. I bought anything. I've ordered something, but it's not arrived. So this was more of a little birthday present to myself, as you do. And it was from Rosie's Moments. And this year I also want to get involved more with the Flower Power Fund, and knitting some socks and donating them for the Marie Curie project. Is that the right word? Project. And so I was thinking about this, and I'd already bought, I think I showed, was it that yellowy one there? That's got some yellow in. But Rosie from Rosie's Moments has done this beautiful colourway. It's like a full 100 skein with yellow, with some little flecks of like green for the daffodil. And it comes with 2 minis. It comes with a green mini and a yellow mini, so that you can just about make 2 pairs of socks from that one package. So I've ordered that, and I got my dispatch note yesterday, so hopefully that'll be coming early next week, which is really good. And although they're not acquisitions, my lovely friend Julie in America, we did a little bit of a gift swap over Christmas, just some bits and pieces, and I gave her some like Yorkshire yarn and all that, and she very kindly gifted me a couple of skeins, which are lovely. So this one is the Farmer's Daughter's Fibres, which is a really beautiful burgundy. And I saw that and I was thought of this skein which I bought from Snuggly Stars at Yarndale. It was a show special called Autumn Rainbow. And I thought I might, because it's got that red, I think that would make a really good contrast, and I might make Simon shawl or something out of that, because I keep making socks and I need to kind of I thought I'd like to make just a couple of some shawls, so I might earmark that for that. A beautiful La Bien-Aimée skein. She said, I picked it up because it reminded me of you, which was really sweet, and it really is my, look at those speckles. I don't know what that's going to be yet. I don't know. It's 100% superwash merino. I think it might be a cowl or something. And gorgeous one from Knit Picks. Look at that. So I really don't know what to make with those yet. It's on a high twist base, which is my favourite. I do like a good high twist. I feel like it gives better stitch definition. So, and this actually, I don't know if she's listening, my friend Kate is doing a cowl in a very similar colour to that. Don't worry, Kate, we won't be matchy-matchy. So yeah, I think that's all I've got, really. I didn't do any more work on any other projects. I feel better for, as I mending those socks, getting those out the way and finishing those other things. It just felt like a bit more loose ends tidied up, if that makes sense. So if you're in a knitting funk as well and you don't know how to get out of it, I would say don't worry about the things that you feel like you have to knit on. Knit on things that you want to get on with, and things that just, because some just bring you more joy than others, kind of thing, and sometimes that's all you need, just something that you actually enjoy, and then the rest will follow. A little bit of budget talk before I go. So I think I mentioned last podcast that I'd started my Tin of Joy, which was inspired by, there's a lovely lady who has a YouTube account called Budget Save and Grow, and she does a Tin of Joy where you cut up your Christmas cards, ideally trying to make 52 envelopes. And so I give myself I call it pocket money, but just money to kind of put in my purse for the bits and pieces that you kind of come across throughout the week, and whatever change I've got left from that, or like whole pounds worth, I put in an envelope. So I'm putting £6 in this week, because although I think the first week it was £3, second week was £4, which doesn't sound much, but over the course of a year, you know, even those amounts is still a couple of £100. So I'm really hoping, because I do this, I start these things up, this is my lovely brain, impulsive, and then I get really enthusiastic about it, and then after a few weeks I just forget. But she messaged me, because I think I messaged her to say, oh, I've started it up, thanks ever so much for the inspo and all that. And she sent me a message, and just something really simple. She goes, oh, what did she say? It was like, just tell yourself this is a thing that you do now. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like a task, or not a chore, but do you know what I mean? Like this is like an activity. This is like a task that you do every Friday, and then you won't be tempted to tell yourself, oh no, I'm going to put this money aside for something else, and then nothing gets saved. So yeah, if you want a bit more detail on what I'm whittering on about, go and check out her YouTube channel, Budget Save and Grow. And yep, I think that's everything I've got here. I'm going to do some more work on my blanket. I calculated how many hours worth I've got left to do on the blanket, and it was like something like 30. I'm like, I hope not. So I've got some nice films lined up tonight. Well, one in particular, Conclave, so I'm going to get that watched tonight. I started watching it last night, but I got 20 minutes in and thought, oh, my husband will probably really like this, so I paused it and we're going to watch it tonight. So anyway, I hope wherever you are, you're keeping warm and safe and cosy, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.